Yo, what's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be making an oversized t-shirt. I haven't been uploading in a long time, and so we're going to get right into it. The first thing you're going to want to do is screenshot these measurements. You're going to want to screenshot this pattern because this isn't one of those patterns where you have to print out, because I'm against those. But you can definitely cut this out by yourself without having to trace it, okay? So in the next clip, I'll be showing you how exactly to cut this out on your fabric. You're going to need 1¼ meter of fabric. You can either use lycra, or you could use honeycomb, because honeycomb isn't like the traditional t-shirt material, but you might not find it at your fabric store. So honeycomb's gonna work, or you could just ask for t-shirt material. They're gonna find you a nice, good t-shirt material. So what you're gonna see me do in the next clip is I'm gonna fold the material twice. I'm gonna fold it twice just so that when I cut out the back, I'm cutting out 2 backs already, and then I'm going to open it up, and with the other back, I'm gonna turn it into a front. So then I'm gonna have a front and a back, and then I'm gonna cut out the sleeve, and then I'm gonna cut out this the neck part, and then with all those pieces now together, I start sewing with right sides together. So as you can see, I did not quite label the size of the neck opening. It is either 2½ inches or 3. I like using 2½ inches because I like how it kind of holds my neck. And the depth of it from the front is 1½ inch. And then when you make that a front, you're gonna take out another 1½ inch or even 2 inches. So as you can see, what I'm doing here, I'm folding the material over twice, and on the double folded part, that's where I'm gonna cut out. That's where my fold is, on that double fold. And so you're gonna measure 30 inches down, and then you're gonna cut out. That's gonna be the body. That's gonna be the height of the body. So after measuring 30 inches from top to bottom, you're just gonna cut that. And then now you're gonna, as you can see, so the part where both folds are, you're gonna measure 3 inches in, and that's gonna be your neck. And you're now gonna measure the width, which is 11 inches. This is all referencing that pattern that I showed you in the beginning, right? And then you're gonna now trim off that so that it is 11 inches in width. The next thing you're gonna do is measure the you're gonna measure 2 inches down from that place to make the slant, and then you're gonna measure 10 inches to mark the armhole. Now you're gonna measure another 2 inches to take off the shoulder part so that you can now do the armhole. You're just gonna freehand this. Just make sure it's not too like deep in, and it's just like a nice curve. Then now you're just gonna cut everything out. You're gonna cut the armhole out, and you just basically cut everything out. Alright, so now this will be our back. We just put it aside, and now we're going to be focusing on the front. So the first thing that you want to do for the front is you're going to take off like 1 inch from that shoulder part, and then you're going to measure like 1½ inch going inside, 1½ inch or even 2, but I'll be using 1½. Then you're gonna cut off that piece, and then you're also gonna cut off that piece. This is gonna be your front piece. Okay, so now you're just gonna cut out the sleeves. So on that other piece of material, it's also folded over twice. So that twice fold, that's gonna be your fold, because on the pattern there's fold. That's gonna be your fold. Now you're gonna measure the same width as the armhole. That's gonna be this width here. So it's gonna be 10 inches, and then you're gonna draw kind of this curve here. So as you can see at the top, it's less steep, and then it goes in more at the end. Basically you're gonna cut this off. It's 13 inches in width, and that opening is like can't remember. Just go back to see the thing. So after cutting, step one is gonna be you're gonna lay the material down right sides facing, and you're gonna start with the shoulders. Right, you're gonna pin the shoulders together, and then you're gonna start sewing, like sew the shoulders together. I'm using an overlocker for this whole process. You could use your domestic machine, or you could use any machine, just as long as you're using like the correct needle, I guess, which is a stretch needle. So yeah, after you do that, after you attach the shoulders, you're gonna notch this part, because as you can see, when you align like the armpits, because the fronts aren't the same size, this is gonna happen here. So you're gonna make a new notch, because now this is the new halfway. Yeah, so now you're gonna open it up like this, right side facing up, and then you're gonna lay down the sleeve part. You're gonna lay it down this way, and you're gonna align the notches with the sleeve, right? The sleeve and the body piece right sides facing. You're gonna start from the notch to the end of the armpit, and then from the notch again to the other end of the armpit. So which is basically what I'm doing now. Okay, so after you do that, you're gonna now close those parts. It seems like my editing is kind of terrible in this video, but yeah. Now you're gonna take the collar piece, and with right side facing, you're just gonna close that part, right? And then what you're gonna do is fold it, like you're gonna do it inside out, and then you're gonna fold it in, so that that raw edge, or that overlocked edge, is now inside. You're gonna take that piece, and you're gonna sew it to the neck hole to make this neck piece. Or is it a collar? I'm not sure what it's called. I think it's called a cuff or something. I'm just gonna add that piece over there. Make sure when you cut it that it stretches from left to right. But yeah, you're just gonna sew that all around. I'm not sure if I forgot to mention, but yeah, after you sew the sleeves in, you're gonna close the sleeves like in from the opening of the sleeve to the armhole, and then to the thing. So here I'm showing you how you're gonna be adding this thing on. So you're gonna start by the seam on the right, or you could even align that seam to a notch in the back, but I like to align it with the seam on the side, but offset it a bit to the back. So yeah, this is basically what I'm doing here. It's kind of hard to explain or even show, but it's not really complicated. If you watch like some other video about how to add like cuffs to the sleeve of a sweater or something, it's basically the same process. but to the neck. Just make sure that the length of the neck piece and the opening of the neck, it's the same length, just so you can avoid having to stretch one of the things, because that won't look neat. And then after that, some people like to top stitch. I usually don't do that because I don't have like a good needle for that, but perhaps it's good to top stitch, and then you're just gonna have to hem it. I lost the fabric of when I was hemming it, but yeah, this is just like the final product. So from this, you can literally make your own t-shirt. You can make it bigger. You can change measurements how you like. And definitely like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Um, and yeah, see you next time.